What is up, everybody? Today I will be showing you how to mod Persona 5 onto PC and then use Aemulus to mod it. So the prerequisites that you need is number one, I have it right here. I have a USB that I can sit comfortably with, far away, and a PS4 controller. To make these work on PC with emulators, you need the last prerequisite, which is the DS4 Windows. Alright, so the way you download it is by going onto here, this GitHub page by RioChan7. And then you click on this. I'll just leave a link in the description for this, but once you click on this, it'll download. It probably won't take long. After that, you'll see like a little thing pop up in the corner. I'll just see here. Then it'll pop up there. Click on show in folder. From here, what we want to do is hit new folder. Type anything you want, just make it like DS4, Windows, I don't know. But basically, just drag it into this folder as I am doing, just like me. And then for me, because Windows 11 looks different, but it shouldn't be any different on Windows 10. Almost different anyway. Hit extract here. And it should be in a little file here. Feel free to delete this, as I will. Now, once you're in here, what you want to do is, with your plugged up PS4 controller, as I mentioned before, hit ds4windows.exe. As you'll see here, will pop up. It may not pop up with this, but that's because of some settings I made. And it should pop up any second now. Alright, so after that, for the RPCS3 download of the PS3 emulator, gotta go into here, minus of this, RPCS3, oh, what I got here, hit here, the first one that pops up, and it should look like this. Once you click on download, it'll just pop up in the corner, just like DS4. Hit the arrow and click on show folder. Then type in the command C:, and it should pop up with a screen like this. All your other stuff like local disk stuff, like basically everything is here. Right click, make new folder, call it something like RPCS3. I'll just name it this because I've got like one. Then just drag it into here. So I'll just download it real quick. Just show what's up. Apologies, I'm kind of used to this kind of like recording stuff. Right click, hit on extract here. Then it should pop up on a screen like this. I'll just hit delete here, and you should have this here. If you follow the steps correctly up till this point, that's great. So you should have DS4 open for later on, check input and stuff. You can go into exit input. In settings in it, check. Hit rpcs3.exe and it'll pop up this screen. Don't be alarmed, it's just screen times like everybody. Hit on I have read the quick start guide and do not show again. It should pop up like this. I will just switch it to dark mode because I don't like light mode. Switch it to this one. So now, what you want to do is get the firmware. From my experiences, the firmware director from the PS4, Microsoft or Sony website, yeah, Sony, shouldn't work. So just if you type in PS3 firmware, I'll leave a link to the one that I use. If you click on this one, then click on download, it just doesn't work. So click on the darkstain.net, the much shadier looking one kinda, and click on the latest one. Just give it a bit to download. Mega's kinda iffy sometimes. So once you got here, it'll pop up like this. Hit save and it should download just about instantly. Hop back into RPCS3. Oh, sorry. File. Install firmware. I believe you should click on downloads. My downloads are here. That was my bad. And then is the .pub that should pop up in the downloads folder. I use a just standard folder. Now give it a little bit to install, and it should install the firmware and LE modules. Go to show again, and okay. Alright, so once it's downloaded, it should just look like this. This is the exact screen you want. It'll pop up with a bunch of red stuff, a bunch of green stuff. From what you want here is type in romuspierre.cc. I already got it here, but you just have to do this. And once it comes up with this, I just type in Persona. And it has Persona 5, which is not the one that you want because for the PlayStation. And that was actually my fault. Persona 5 is what you want to type up. And that's one for PlayStation 3. Click on download now, it'll pop up with the BLJM and BLUS. Get BLUS. Once it pops up on here, just give it a little bit. Click on download, and it should bring you to this website. And just click on download. I won't because I've already downloaded it. The download may take around 15 minutes, but once you do it, that's great. Here's where it gets a little bit more complicated. You gotta go into your local disk again, or just to go into the file export, click on local disk where I prefer to C:. Click on here, and then make a new folder called like RPCS3 games, or something along those lines. Just don't add emojis in it, it'll screw up the mod loading process for later on. For example, with the Persona, hit the arrow, show in folder, and then just drag it into here, right click and extract. And once you've done that, very, very good job. You're almost done adding the game. I forgot to mention, you should also, after extracting the RAR and stuff, just delete the RAR recycle bin empty, you know how it is. And then, what you want to do is hit on add games. You can do these later, they're important, kinda. Add games, and if you go to local disk, and then scroll down, you'll find your RPCS3 games. Let's assume Persona is in here, but it should be a folder. Because I got it in here, it should look something like this. Hit select folder and it'll pop up exactly like this. Now here is where we do a little bit of like tweaking and stuff. First thing you want to do for just general gameplay is best stuff. Hit install packages, double click on this folder, it'll probably automatically direct you. Hit all DLC fix. That'll pop up with DLC fix EU or US. Hit on US because it's BLUS. See here, there's Japanese audio, and hit on all DLC fix.pkg, this little top one here. And it should pop up something like this. And it should pop up with this. Now you have all the DLC for free. Very cool. Here is where you have to manage the patches. Right click on the game, and this will come in useful later. If you don't run the right configuration, the game could just completely go just wrong, crash every few seconds. Hit on manage game patches, it'll pop up with nothing, that'll pop up new patches are available. Do you want to update? Hit yes, and it should pop up with a little thing, Persona 5. Hit here, BLUS all versions, it'll pop up with a bunch of these. This one doesn't matter because it's Rex's 4K mod. But 60 FPS, I prefer to use this because the game just looks super slow on 30 FPS, which is default FPS. You feel free to do whatever you want here, really. Stuff like just some more advanced stuff. Oh yeah, hit enable mod support and 60 FPS are my biggest recommendations. This one's necessary for modding though. Then hit apply, save. So here is where just the best custom configuration in my opinion. Just copy mine as it goes. So this one is where it must just copy these, recompile. I believe some of these should be defaults. This one isn't a default from my knowledge. Just get these, feel free to pause the screen. This one is different for everybody, by the way. Keep this. Keep it exactly like it looks like here. Audio, I believe I didn't change at all. And this is just for some quality of life, just a little bit of stuff that you want. if you want to, I know. After doing all my settings, just copy them, hit apply, save custom configuration. I forgot one more thing. You should hit on pads here. I believe it should be default on keyboard, because this is my one that I set up already. I believe it should say something else on this, but you should click on DualShock 4 because that's exactly what DS4 Windows emulates using a PS4 control for Xbox, which works on this. And I believe the binds should all be just set up by themselves. Feel free to launch the game to see if it works or whatever, but there is a very big problem that we could fix with mods called, it's like a bust up glitch because you're upscaling it using my settings, and basically it's all the character portraits freak out. But this isn't really the issue right now. I'm just letting you know in case it looks funky. So then, this is the more important thing that we have to go to. This is where we start modding. Type in Aemulus. Oh my god, sorry, I'm sick. Can't type well. And it should pop up with a screen like this. And it supports multiple different Persona games, which is really cool. But what we'll go for is Persona 5. As you see, PCS3, it's compatible. And there's a few prerequisites if you need to get those. I already have them. Then there's a download from GitHub. Hit latest release. Then click on Aemulus Package Manager 7Z. And after this, just go back to local disk, the drill, Aemulus Package Manager. Then just after it finishes downloading, hit the arrow showing folder. Then make it extracting here, extract here, and it should pop up with something that looks like this. And if it looks something like this, that should be great. This packages folder won't show up for you the first time, but once with the settings and stuff, should do all that other stuff. First off, hit this. I would run it as admin. Just remember, this process is pretty tedious at times. It can lag out sometimes. Oh, as a new update. Let me just download that real quick. And it's back up. And they added a bunch of new stuff, it appears, but for what I need right now is Persona 5, which is the ones that you guys are going to go for. I currently have a bunch of mods here, but that's not the important thing. First thing you want to do, keep CPK name as mod on settings. Then for output folder, you're meant to go to RPCS3, no, not RPCS3, go to your PS3 games folder, Persona 5, BLUS, this middle one, game, and hit on USRDIR, and then just click select folder. This is your output folder, and it'll just put all the stuff here because that's what will make and mod it. After that, eboot path, it should automatically redirect itself to USRDIR from my knowledge. But for me, it didn't here. Just PS3 games. Yeah, just do this process again. If not, and it should say eboot bin, left click, open. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it. And then there's the RPCS3exe path. This one kind of explains itself. These settings are fine, just keep them. Then hit unpack base files. So this process should take about 30 minutes, but if it works, that's great. You've got absolutely everything up, almost. So you've got a bunch of mods here, and you wonder how you get these mods. First off, you can go to Game Banana and check out the Persona 5 section. There should be an Aemulus quick add button. And if Aemulus prompts you to download that, click on yes. But for this case, for convenience sake, default Persona 4 Golden, give me a second. There it is. So recent. As you can see, a bunch of cool mods. And you just have to click on download, and that'll pop up with this. This is the same thing, it'll pop up with quick add. Keep in mind that some of these mods can break your game, especially if you have too many on at once. But I definitely recommend getting P5 community patches soft lock fix. Fixes a bunch of different patches, fixes soft locks, whatever, And always, as a C package priority, always keep it at the bottom. I don't know why, but just keep it at the bottom, okay? I forgot to tell you, once you get all your mods that you want, hit tick on them, and then you can either click CTRL plus B or click up here. Just like that. And I personally won't do this because I've already built it, but you should click on yes. It depends on how long it'll take on how many mods you have. If I have as many as me, it may take me 10 minutes. So don't expect it to go really fast. Oh yeah, one more thing. You can get the redraw bust-ups mod. There's also Persona 5 Royal bust-ups here. You should get this because it also backports them and stops the redraw. It stops like the bust-ups glitch issue. It doesn't stop all of them though, and I believe there's a standard mod called redraw bust-ups which you use with this mod. And if you go to I'll try the link. I'll put the link in the description. You can figure it out yourself. I've never done that, and I can't afford to do that right now. So once you have done that, like all of that, relaunch rpcs3.exe. I'll just see call whatever rpcs3. Scroll down and hit here. Then after you've got all the settings, everything up, as we know, double click on it, and it should pop up with just about everything you want. Currently though, I believe that's how to get everything modded, like everything done. I think that's pretty cool, I guess. I hope I helped anybody out.